I love your glasses too. They're bright. Yeah, some orange ones. Somebody's got to do it.
Give them all that foundation. So, that means business status, like coffee spots. So the order, maybe not the coffee spots are too. Just talk about that. Like they get to a commercial or bring the coffee. In the business, they will present. And then talk about some of the changes. And then on top, they just say, hey, I'm trying to get something like this. Maybe not lines up of the business and like that's the
other one is redemption consulting. One about you or one about business partners to open wide. She likes this.
Yeah, Josh was saying that the ride helps with a lot of the technical areas.
Yeah, technical. Up to 4 hours.
So I heard legal services, marketing, okay. So helping screening or
but I'm glad you chose from it. This is Royal Oak. At the office coffee shop? Yeah. Started there, and shut it down. We launched it last year. We were looking for a spot.
so innovative. Yeah, I used to be a
Okay. So this is kind of our best kept secret. Because God, know about this. I spent a couple of years
Yeah, of course. Why not? Where else would you?
Why go See the lines on the floor? Back up. Perfect. Or inside, just inside the little box there. Carmen's not here, so. No, because this thing doesn't accept the second monitor. this morning.
Okay, excellent. Good. Oh yeah. Yeah, we do a lot of work. Oh, okay. Excellent. Okay. For the wayfinding, yeah.
Good morning. Morning.
Good morning.
Grab your coffee, grab your treat, grab a seat. We're about to get started. Good morning. Hey y'all, hey. My voice hasn't woken up yet. Good morning. Now all y'all repeat people, y'all know to stop talking at 9 o'clock. Y'all give your seats. Come on. Good morning, Mr. Ness. Quiet and go. Good morning. Hey y'all, hey.
Hey now, hey.
Welcome to 1 Million Cups.
How you doing?
Here in Incubizo on a Wednesday morning, it begins at 8:30 at 9 o'clock. We start with our presentation. So welcome. Welcome to 1 Million Cups, Metro Detroit, or DetroitMetro, where we educate, inspire, connect entrepreneurs nationwide. Am I supposed to flip this? Ooh, the slide.
He's coming. He's coming. He's coming.
Yeah. Now, two. Good morning, y'all. Good morning. And thank you for joining us this morning at Incubizo for 1 Million Cups. Thank you. Because without you, none of this would be possible. So we find our clicker. So August is National Black Business Month. So if you're doing black business anywhere, please support. With August being National Black Business Month, it's important to go out and support those black businesses, whether it's online or in person. The data is also collected, so it shows that we're supporting those black businesses during National Black Business Month, and we would appreciate that. So please support and purchase from black businesses if you don't already. Are we already good? Yeah. All right, so listen, there's an iPad running around here through somebody's hands. When you see that iPad, please sign in. It's important for us to know who's here. We will not spam you. We really don't want to talk to you after today, but we want to know who's in the room, right? So if you see the iPad, please sign up. Give us a real email address because you never know if we're going to be sending out any kind of free couponing or free gifts. So you want to make sure that we can get in touch with you just the same way as you can come here. So please sign in. So let me tell you a little bit about 1 Million Cups, right? We have a lot of people that have been here before, but we probably have some people that have not been here before. So 1 Million Cups is a free nationwide program that is celebrated across the country. It is sponsored by the Kaufman Foundation, put together by the Kaufman Foundation, and I really like the theme of it because at 8:30 in the morning across the country, entrepreneurs are coming together to build community, to talk to their peers, and to find ways to support the pain points that some small businesses may have, and have a cup of coffee while doing it. So I think it's a really cool thing, and that's why this is kind of founded. So it's 1 Million Cups that happens across the country, where you can get education, where you can network, where you can meet people, where you can build community, and where you can find support and resources. It provides ideas, connections, and tools for success. And we've had a lot of people that have been coming that have found success by just attending 1 Million Cups. And one person told me that one thing he knows is that whether he comes every week or even once a year, he knows we're always here. So if he needs to get a reboot, or if he needs to just get a resurge of energy, he knows we're here. He can come in on a Wednesday morning at 8:30 and get rebooted so he can get on about his business and get his business going to So we are active in 111 communities nationwide. And yeah, startup business challenges, welcoming and radically inclusive, fostering open, honest conversation with startup businesses, yes. So I want to know who's here in the community that has been here before. Please raise your hand. Look at all these people offenders. Hello, good morning, and thank you for joining us again. We love you and we love to see you back. We want to also see who is the past presenters. Who's presented before? Well, hello, good morning. These are success stories. And we want to also see who our organizers are. We've got these big bright orange badges today. So you can find out any additional information, something sparks in your heart while you're watching today, while you're participating, and you have questions, find somebody with an orange name tag that can help you. We're volunteers. We're volunteers that help to put this together every single week. So if you have questions, please reach out to somebody with an orange name tag. And then, is this your first time? Please stand up. You have a different task. Please stand up. Woo! Welcome. Keep standing. And everybody that's been here before or presented, please look at the people that are standing now. Welcome them in after the presentation and welcome to help them feel included. This is a very inclusive community. And yeah, look at them, find them, and shake their hand after the presentation. Welcome and thank you for joining us. Thank you. You have a seat now. Don't sit down now. Don't sit down now. You got stuff to do. Okay, thank you for joining us, but don't sit down. Okay. So, So ask the expert. Oh, next Wednesday. I was told this. Okay. Next Wednesday. Next Wednesday, we're not having a presenter. We're going to have, instead, ask the expert. So it'll be a panel discussion to give some information about banking, does it say what the things are? No, it just says our names, okay, too.
Would you like to know?
Would you like to know? Would I like to know?
So one of the things that we found in the last year that we've been posting and talking to business owners is there are 5 areas of main concern for small business owners and for those that are starting businesses. Tanisha Molden is going to talk about intellectual property and trademark, why it's important to protect your business. Valerie J, my buddy, raise your hand, Valerie. Valerie's going to talk about sales enablement, why it's important to have sales in the business. But we all know that. She has some really, really good things because that's one of the things that small businesses struggle with. Where's my customer? How do I approach my customer? How do I make sure that my messaging is right for my client? Lisa Davis is our funding and banking person. How to make sure that you're bankable. So we're going to go through some ideas and talk about that. Colleen Thompson is our business strategist. She's very, very good. And then last but not least, we didn't want to ruin the beautiful looks up here, but David Benjamin's going to be our marketing person. To talk about some of the challenges that small business owners have seen when it comes to marketing. So those are our experts. Before you go home, there will be some post-it notes on the table here. Write your questions down so that we can have them in advance. And we'll tell you which color is going to be for what. But we want to make sure that we get some questions and make sure that you get your questions answered. If you're, maybe you've never presented, you're a little afraid to present, but you do have some questions, write them down. We'll certainly address them. Because we want to make sure that we keep bringing quality content to the community. That can at least.
So we hope to see you here next week. Don't have us sitting up here by ourselves. That's all I request. Don't have us sitting up here by ourselves. Please come back, ask your questions. And if you do put them in advance, that gives us time to, well, for me, I love to research, because sometimes you don't know everything, right? Sometimes people have questions that will toggle something like, oh, let me get a little bit more information. So please don't be shy. Put your questions on the post-its, leave them here. We will take care of them, and we will have answers for you next week. Now, Incubizo, please use your phone and follow them. Their newsletter is great and updates you on things going on in the community, especially in the business community. As you can see, this is a business incubator cohort working space. So please follow them, get the newsletter, and learn more about how this space can help you with your business as far as mailboxes, as far as space, conferences, conference rooms, workshops, and things like that. So you want to be a coffee sponsor. If you haven't already been a coffee sponsor and you're thinking about it, please think a little bit harder because we love to have great coffee every single morning when we're having our 1 million cups. The next available space that's up is October 15th, so we're booked until October 15th and October 22nd. But if you want to think about being a coffee sponsor, the questions we get are, how much does it cost? It can cost whatever you're willing to spend. Just consider the fact that we have about 55 plus people that attend that love to have a cup of coffee. And sometimes they also like to have a snack, but that's not mandatory. The coffee sponsor is really to stay within the theme of 1 million cups of coffee. So if you want to be a coffee sponsor, consider the fact that about 55 plus people do attend every single Wednesday. You want to arrive at 8 a.m. before to set up. And then you also get a time to pitch your business. So this is a time as a coffee sponsor where it's a little bit different than the people that are going to speak today. You get 5 minutes to talk specifically about your business, pitch it, let people know what it is you do and how you can provide either a service, solution, or a product to this audience. So think about being a coffee sponsor. No? Okay. So this is our coffee sponsor. Tony. I'm sorry. So today's coffee sponsor, please welcome Tony. He provided the coffee and the treats for everybody.
So I am Anthony Maurice with 3D3 Solutions. So it all started with my son Elliot. He's in a wheelchair, he has very rare genetic syndrome. So getting around the house, doing special things. The cutesy stuff's just, everyone likes the cutesy stuff. So, so we make your vision. I do CAD designing, I do custom signs, custom products. If you want something that doesn't fit right, we can always adapt it to what you need it to fit. You need something bigger, you need something smaller, we need to go further this way. I do all the CAD designing, and then we go in and we make all the stuff over here. So come check my stuff out and give me a talk to see what we can do for you guys.
Are you ready to present? Are you thinking about it? If it's something that you're thinking about, let's just get you a little information about what it is that when you pitch, what the presentation is, right? So the presentation is not necessarily a pitch about your business, but when you come up front and you are the presenter for that week, you're talking about your business, you're talking about why you started it, you know, what was the passion about it, what made you start this business, what was that turning point in your life, and then what does your business do? Have you hit any bumps in the road? And then you ask the community for some support, for some guidance, for some answers. If you're thinking about presenting your business and you're a little bit nervous, please understand that we have organizers here that do the coaching. I'm one of the coaches. I think Daryl's one of the coaches. And we help to get you ready for the presentation, get the nerves out the way, and then help you to understand what the format is so that you can get the butterflies out your system so that you get up here and you kill it, okay? So if you're thinking about presenting, use your phone, scan the QR code, let us know. We'll get you connected with a coach and we'll get you on the way, okay? All right, so today, Confident and Creative Girls Club is Dessaray Say. She's going to be our first presenter. Please come up, Dessaray.
Hi everyone, my name is Dessaray C, and I am the founder of the Confident and Creative Girls Club. So I'm a 5th grade teacher, and 50% of my 5th grade girls didn't see themselves as confident. So in 2021, I created the Confident and Creative Girls Club. It started off as an arts and craft for mommies and just mothers and daughters, but it has evolved into a movement so that our girls can show up in not only just the classroom, but also in society as their most confident and creative selves. I have 4 pillars, and it's confidence, community, creativity, and courage. And, so here's my why. This is one of our confidence mood boards that I did with some of the girls, just to show you like the impact and some of the things that they do. So my services is completely based on the effort-driven reward cycle, which is where you do something with your hands, it increases your mood and helps you feel better. I discovered that back in 2018 when I was suffering from postpartum depression and I just needed something to do. So with my journey, I found out that actually making arts and crafts can make you feel better, and that is the focus point of my Confident and Creative Girls Club.
I got you. You're good. Go.
Oh, okay. Thank you. So my biggest challenge right now, I operate as a Mommy and Me membership where we meet the last Sunday of the month. But I want to expand my club to more girls that really need it. So most of the girls like in the Detroit area that their parents probably can't afford it. So I am starting an after school program and also getting into libraries. But I'm having a little bit of trouble just reaching the right people that make the decisions that will allow my program. I understand that I, really try to push it out there during the summer. They already have activities. So trying to sift through or just make it to the top of those people's emails has been a little bit of a challenge. So what I've done so far, I've reached out to almost every public and charter school that I can think of in the area, and also all the libraries in the Metro Detroit area. I've received 3 emails back from 3 different libraries stating that I need to reach out to them a little bit later so that they can get their programming together for the Christmas season or the holiday season. But I found that like the emails that are probably online are just like the base level people, and I really need to reach the decision makers and the people that will say yay or nay to my programming being assigned to the facility. Okay. So some of the things that I've learned, well, the biggest thing that I've learned about myself is that I have to get over the initial fear of being rejected with that first email, that first telephone call, or just walking into the library and talking to whoever is the first person that greets me. Because once I get over that, I'm able to explain my program clearly and then possibly get a referral to the person who makes the decisions. Most of the emails I get crickets, so I try to follow up with an in-person visit. But also being a mother of 4, it's kind of hard to just drop everything to go to the library for a couple of seconds if I'm not maybe a resident of the area. Okay, so what the community can do for me. The biggest thing is maybe letting me know if this is a viable product, trying to help our girls become their most creative and confident selves through arts and crafts, also some educational components, some affirmation building, the way the program is structured. If anyone has any resources to maybe reach some decision makers in different school districts or different libraries, and is there a better way that I can market the program other than walking in person and sending emails? So the way that you can connect with me is you can visit my website, which has all my information, or you can follow me on Instagram at Confident and Creative GC. On Instagram, or my personal Instagram, which houses all my information for both my businesses, which is Dessy, DESSY _DESS. Thank you.
All right, thank you. This is the time when the community will come up and give you suggestions and offer support and resources. And I do want to mention that if you're coming up, we're going to give you this mic. You kind of line up over there to provide feedback for Dessaray. What we don't do up here, if you're a first timer, is we don't have dialogue. We don't have the back and forth conversations around, getting more detailed like question Q&A. This is more for you to come up and provide resources, information and solutions for Dessaray. about what she did say were her challenges at this time. So if you want to come up.
We'll put the questions back down.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you throw those questions. Okay. One of the things that I first looked at when you started talking was how to connect with you. And hi everyone, my name is Quinn. I'm on City Council in Madison Heights, run for mayor, and I'm also a financial planner. Good to see you all. Back to you. That was my pitch. One of the first places I looked for you was on LinkedIn. And by the way, if everyone is here, if you could take out your phone and just like connect with people, there's like a check-in thing we can use here, so we can all connect with each other. I recommend for the business side you be on LinkedIn, and you can connect with funders there, you can connect with community members there, folks like myself in municipal positions who can find ways to support you and get you connected to the funding. So that would be my recommendation.
Thank you.
Hello, everyone. I am Cherice. I am the tech founder of who gives you back 10 hours to your day. I used to take my godchild to Desiray's, to her events, it was awesome. It was a great time. We didn't have to think of anything to plan. The affirmations were good. We still have different crafts that we created that I put in my office. So this is an outstanding program, and I didn't understand why other people were not going and populating the program. So churches, I didn't see churches up there, but I thought churches might be someone that would want to send their girls after the church program, especially. The other thing was knowing who you serve, like me, plus the age of the kids, reaching out to companies who also want to get in front of them so that they can sponsor some things for funding. But I really just came up here for a testimonial. If you have a child, godchild, cousin, little sister, brother, she has a great program. I love it. And Amina loves it.
Nice.
Great presentation. Absolutely. That picture was awesome. I think we all kind of blushed when we saw that. I'm Daryl, website developer with First Marketing and singer and guitarist with Cherice LLC. Something that I thought about that would be so cool, and for the second question, is including a journal with your memberships. And that way, because journaling is huge in growing your confidence, tracking your progress, and the Girls could even write about how Confident Girls Club enhanced them as a young girl. They'll never forget about it. Good way to also give a tangible improvement in your membership. The program is needed because you never know. Struggles. We're always talking about childhood trauma. That's a real thing, and sensory activities are great for people to release negative energies. Doing things with hands. I make art, music. That is my arts and crafts. It's definitely needed. It might be a great escape for young girls. And you already got some great feedback on connections. I would say focus on more intimate communities like this. Chambers might be good. Some are a lot corporate, they're way more corporate forward. Some are a little bit more intimate based, but I think what you have is awesome and can do some long-term positivity, healing for us. Absolutely. Good to meet you.
Hello, I'm Mike McClure, Clever Marketing, and I've done a lot of work in the education sector, and I do think what you're doing is awesome. I think it's needed. One of my clients is the Canton Public Library, so I can connect with someone there that even if they don't do the program, she's a great gal. She'll talk to you and give you some tips on what you need to do to get into other libraries. So connect with me and I'll connect you with her.
schools, you need to show how your programming impacts the classroom, right? So since you have girls that are, you already have a program in place, University of Michigan, Michigan State, you can work with your procurement department to get students to kind of put together an analysis or a survey. We can talk about more about this later. And they'll develop it, and so you see where the students are now, the series of questions, and then after the program, 6 weeks, 7 weeks, you reassess. That information is what the school is gonna wanna see to see that you're gonna have an impact on learning. That's super important to know. The second thing is strategic partnership. So while the families might not be able to afford it, you can't partner with corporations in order to have them sponsor a student, right? If they have funds to be able to do that. And you would do that with a sponsorship package. And I had a third one. I lost it. It'll come to me, okay? I'll come back and circle back around, but the impact report was gonna be the most important, because that's what they need to, the third thing was, you wanna talk to principals, because almost every school has a certain amount of money that they can spend towards programs that they distribute throughout the year. And leaders of PTA programs is a good way to find out who's the right person to talk to, and they actually suggest things to the principal, and that's how programs schools also.
Hi, I'm Lisa Stein, returning immigrant writer. Good, how are you doing? I, for several years, ran a program out of the Detroit Chamber of Commerce. It was a partnership with Detroit Public Schools, corporations, community organizations, community interest groups, all together to provide resources for schools and for kids in Detroit Public Schools to help motivate them to do better in school and have tools and resources. So those kids didn't have to pay to be part of it. The corporations and the public interest groups, all of the partners paid for it. And the structure made it so that the group running it could be funded without the kids having to pay for it. I would suggest that as you've already heard some of these other resources, partnering with people, and here's my card. I do grants, so I can tell you where to go looking for them, or I could help you. But there are organizations out there and foundations where instead of having to look for money from the girls you're serving, the schools have budgets for it. You market to the school boards to do it for the entire district. And the way you market yourself may have an impact too, that you need to very quickly let them know this is what this does for people and this is why your kids need it. And that can be with metrics, that can be with data that you get online and you do some research and then present it straight up front. It can be with a few punchy lines in the first few sentences and speaking to people that getting to know you personally and then following it up with an email. And it's also a really good idea because they're flooded with emails, but your personality will stick out for them and then they'll want to look at your information.
Good morning, Desiree and 1 Million Cups community. My name is Felice Smith. I'm the founder and CEO of Trident True Financial Services. And I believe we've met before. I've seen your beautiful earrings, your bow earrings, and you used to do bows. I don't know if you still do for the girls. So to answer your question, is this a program that's really needed? Absolutely. Because our children are going through so much, especially our girls, but not just the girls, the guys, the boys too, right? And so having a positive program like this with positive reinforcement about their value and how they're loved is definitely needed. One of the things that came to me as you were speaking was just to remind you of a community that you probably already connected to and tapped into, and that is like the cheerleaders from the PAL League, right? Going out to those games and letting the moms and the community organizers know that you've launched this program. I think this is maybe something different than you've done with them in the past, but letting them know that this program exists. You didn't mention whether or not you're a for-profit or non-for-profit organization, but if you are a non-profit organization, I'm sure that there's grants out there. Lisa can help you with that and talk to you about how to get funding so that you can approach them, letting them know that the program is already fully funded, that you just need the girls so that you can pour into them. And then just making sure that as you release each cohort or each event, that you're taking lots of pictures and getting testimonials right there on the spot from them girls as far as the impact that you've had in their lives, staying in touch with them and following up with them, and just don't give up. Just keep going. Just stay encouraged, all right? Best wishes.
So I did want to say, to piggyback off what you said, I have done cheer teams, and I typically will meet them at their lock-ins when they're at like they'll go to just big gyms or gymnastics places, and I'll go do arts and crafts, which is like a quicker version of my entire program, but I'll do it with all the age groups. So I have done it with the West Side Clubs. I do service them for custom apparel and cheer bowls, but I've done like 125 girls in one night, and I just go from age group to age group to age group, and we do the arts and craft part, and then we talk about like just speaking kindly to ourselves, but it's quicker, then we get to the next group or whatever, but, so I have done that. But thank you for reminding me, because I do need to market it to more cheer teams than the ones that I've already done.
All right, hi, my name is Phoenicia.
How are you?
I'm good, and you? You're welcome. So for the first one, yes, it is a great program. Also, PAL, so piggyback off of that. Also, I belong to the Pontiac United Education Coalition, and they help, like other organizations, they partner with them to help build pathways for the children, as well as We Love Lit. It's more focused on literacy, but they also partner with community organizations to create pathways. That was about it for those two. And I was going to say the university, the colleges, they have a lot of programs that are already funded. Their number one barrier is just transportation. So if you can overcome that, they already have the funding, and they lack the attendance of the children. So they want to keep those programs. You're welcome.
Hi, my name is Jill. Nice to meet you. I'm good. So one of the things I was going to say is if you can connect with a specific teacher in an elementary school, a lot of these schools have an educational foundation that offers mini grants to the teachers of like $1,000 or $2,000. You connect with a specific teacher and get them to apply for the mini grant. It could fund that for the girls in their classroom. I spent many years trying to get the Lego robotics program into the elementary schools, and I found that going straight to the principal doesn't always work because they have a lot of things on their plate and a lot of people in a lot of different directions. So I went at it with a two-pronged approach, kind of three actually. Going after the principal, focusing on the PTA, because the PTA also gives many grants for things like this, and then going through the actual school board and showing the validity of the program you're trying to get in. That the school board can also push it. So you're kind of coming from the teacher direction, the parent direction, the principal, and then the school board. So we kind of actually have to hit them from multiple directions to get it in. It took me about 2 years. I got 9 Lego robotics teams into an elementary school. The other thing I would say, if you're going into libraries, focus on the children's librarian. They control the library for the kids. So if you go up to the top of this structure, you might not get anywhere, but if you come in through the children's librarian, it might be a little bit more helpful to you there because they are focused specifically on children. So that was the other thing. And then also maybe try going after the latchkey programs. Because the latchkey programs are always looking for things to do for the kids in the program. So you could potentially get that in for groups of girls through the latchkey programs. And then it's an after-school programming, and they have their own funding.
We're recording. Yeah, we're recording. So.
Good morning. My name is Ray Molden. I am the founder and CEO of the Molden Insurance Agency located in Southfield, Michigan.
I did charter school marketing for National Heritage Academies. I did charter school marketing for National Heritage Academies, and so we had over 100 schools in over 12 states. First thing I'll tell you is the email address you find on a lot of school websites is the marketing person. And our only role, at least in those schools, was recruitment. So those were the things that we were interested in responding to. I would have forwarded your email to someone, but I'm not saying everybody else would. So what you really do want to do, I agree with whoever spoke and mentioned that you should do a 3-pronged approach. So the principal is a great place to start. Our schools were always starved for after-school activities. The teachers ran a lot of them. they didn't let me do an after-school program on entrepreneurship. So it's getting to the principal, getting through the PTA. I've been involved in PTA in Royal Oak, and so the PTAs are always looking for people. And also going through the school board, so that will work for you. Also did community marketing for Girl Scouts, and so my job was to find adults who would start Girl Scout troops. But the way that we got people interested was we would go into the schools at lunchtime. This was pre-COVID, but we would go into the schools at lunchtime and talk to the girls and get the girls really excited and then say, we're having a meeting tonight and you need your mom and dad to come. And so then the girls would go home and tell their parents, and these were usually kindergarten through fourth grade girls. They would go home and tell their parents, come to the meeting, learn about Girl Scouts. When we would spring on them, hey, there's no real troop, you have to sign up to be a leader if you actually want to have a troop here. So getting into the kids can get the kids to get their parents. If that helps.
Hi, I'm Jill Leonard. I actually didn't hear this, so I came up. I don't know how much you can do with social media with children, but just the image, just that you shared was so powerful. So if you had even a testimonial of your girls, and you could do a really effective social media campaign, and then partner that with engagement in mom groups, and then like to share with them the different results that you're getting and how it's helping the girls, and that will give you exposure. And so while you may not necessarily get clients directly from that, it'll give you visibility so that when you go and reach out to all those other places, they can help you. And it's a lot of help. Things that automate that, and that's what I can help with. So I'm just going to give you my part. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you. We got a lot of feedback today. Did anything, one thing stick out to you that you may think that you can implement right away?
I think the first thing that I can implement right away would be to take my testimonials and then put them into some of the mama groups, but also a three-pronged approach for getting into the schools.
All right, well, thank you very much for presenting. Thank you. So we do have another presenter today. So we're going to bring up Redemption Consulting. Cherice, you want to come up? Thank you.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
My name is Cherice Robinson, and I am the founder and principal consultant at Redemption Consulting. That's our Redemption Consulting, where we get businesses unstuck. So a little bit about me in the business. I have about 2 decades of experience in healthcare, and in that time I worked in administrative roles throughout all of Southeastern Michigan, large healthcare corporations. During that time, I did a lot of fixing. I was labeled the fixer. And I saw that I could do it better. Why did I think that? Well, I knew that because within the systems, when there was a problem that the staff couldn't fix, what do? They hire marketing firms, consulting firms to come in and partner with the leaders to understand our workflows to then have us scale it down to our staff to fix the problem. Well, that's fine, but one ingredient was missing, and it was the most important ingredient, and that's culture. So we have the systems, they come in, we implement the processes, and then I'm left to deal with this with my team and the culture that we currently have, of which this system does not work. So because of that, I said, I can do this and I can do it better. And if I can do it for healthcare, I can also do it for small businesses. So then was launched Redemption Consulting. What makes us different? What makes us different is that I'm not a cookie cutter type of consulting firm. What I do is I partner with business owners and healthcare practices, and I understand what their passion is for their practice. I understand what their specific need is, and then I tailor my services to what it is that they need. So therefore, I'm able to offer them the ability to get more time, to see more patients, to get more revenue, to get things done that they've put on the back burner but haven't had the ability to implement. My biggest challenge, I'm the free lunch lady right now. The kids come to school, they eat lunch as long as it's free. but when they offer the free lunch program, then they start bringing their lunch. And what does that translate into? What that translates into is that I'm a part of a technical assistance program like Oakland Thrive, shout out. So I get businesses that come through the program, it's no cost to them. They enlist my services, then at the end of that time, they don't enlist for further services. So what I need is contracts. That's what I need, plain and simple. I need contracts. I need long-term contracts to sustain the business so that I can keep money flowing in the door for the business, for the expenses of the business. I need to get out of the free technical assistance lady to the contracted lady who's contracting with business owners who see the value and want to put their money into their business for those values. What I've tried so far. So I am a woman-owned small business certified. I am an Oakland Thrive business partner. I also have redid my website. Initially, I had a landing page, which was basically a nice digital business card, but now all of my services are listed out on the website. I have my pricing on the website. I have the ability to book on the website. I have the ability to pay on the website. And by the way, I also offer payment plans on the website. So I'm using my website now as a hub to keep generations of the money flowing in and people to be able to see what it is that I do. I also have a social media presence. I'm on LinkedIn, I'm on Facebook, I'm on TikTok. I recently did a talk show. I booked a podcast this week. So I'm doing the work. I'm doing 2 network events. I'm doing workshops every week. I'm meeting people. I'm seeing people, and that's all great. But when it comes time to do the business, it's crickets. Or people don't return your phone call. This is real talk. So what I've learned, we just went through a lot of that, but it's clear that people get engaged, they get excited, they know they need the help, but when it's time to sign the dotted line, crickets. So my question to you is, it's not a marketing question, it's all about sales. So if you're in the audience or you know of someone that has had success that's been stuck at the spot that I'm at, I want to hear from you. What was the point that put your business over the top? What was it that you did that enabled you to be able to have conversations with people, get in front of people, and then get the contracts for that steady business? That's who I want to hear from. Holla at me.
I'm a big person that says with every output you get your input. So it's still new, so you got a lot of energy right now, and the intention is strong, so you're gonna get that. So if you want to come up and offer provide some resources, some suggestions, we are running a little bit on time, so 2 minutes, please. Keep it to 2 minutes.
Hello. So my name is Andrea Fields. The name of my company is Perfect Choice Cleaning Solutions, but I used to be a purchases agent for the Department of Defense and for the City of Detroit. And what I want to say to you is you're giving up too much information right off the bat. Okay. So one of the things that I learned about dealing with people who wanted to do business with the City of Detroit, who were really successful at doing business with the City of Detroit, is that they asked more questions. They didn't give a lot of answers. They didn't just give up
Bluetooth disconnected. USB speaker. Bluetooth, enter Bluetooth.
And then with them asking questions, they will give us value at every juncture. So I think with you giving, they're not seeing the value. They're just getting information that they can use to hire someone else.
Okay, thank you.
Next person.
Thank you for that.
He's the man.
I love your style. You're absolutely beautiful.
Thank you.
2 things. One thing that I did when I started to do media strategy instead of just doing publicity was I partnered with my friends that were also publicists. We kind of we created lists of potential businesses that we wanted to go after, and we went after them as groups. That helped. I didn't like to do media outreach. I like to do more strategies, but it helped us to pitch ourselves to companies, and we were able to get 6-month and 12-month contracts from that. Another thing that I did is I went after niche. I went after nonprofit. I got a contract with Kellogg, and then it blew my mind, so all I do is pitch nonprofits now. I completely went after that market. And I went to the communications department to introduce introduce myself.
Bluetooth disconnected. USB speaker. Bluetooth, enter Bluetooth. Power.
Because I know you know other Black women that are doing what you're doing. Think about partnerships.
Thank you.
I get to introduce myself again. Oh, definitely, man. So, first of all, before you start taking advice from people, look at their resume, okay? Track record. If you're gonna learn how to play basketball, we're gonna go to Michael Jordan or Michael Jackson. Michael Jordan, a winner.
Right.
Second of all, 40 years in sales. I've been top sales at 3 different companies in the country in my life. Okay? Gary Rudder can attest to that. It's a numbers game. I built a 5-state territory over 15 years with people that didn't come from my background and sell my product. And it's a numbers game. So now the insurance agency that I own, we have to contact 800 people before we can quote 80 quotes. And out of the 80 quotes, we will sell 8 of those. So I think that's where you're getting discouraged. The big picture. Look at the big picture. Yeah, so what you call George yesterday, he didn't call you back. On to the next one.
Right.
You need another 100 Georges.
Right.
Okay? Play the numbers game. You'll always win.
Thank you.
That's great, guys.
Tanisha Molden, attorney and intellectual property strategist, my husband. So that was great advice, and I also totally agree with that, with the numbers game, but being also a strategist and brand strategist. One thing, your question was, what was the thing that put you over, put us over? The client journey. So I always like put things in 3. So the first thing I would do is understand what your client, their journey is, and document that. And with that understanding, once you document that, understand what the psychology, where are they in their mind in the next step of the journey.
Okay.
What do they need? And then once you identify what they need, create from your system, what is that mini offer based upon the step that they are, or the process, the step they are in the process. What is that mini offer you can offer them to get them on that client journey and move them along to stay in your system and stay engaged? That's just a suggestion. That's what I've done, and that's what helped me get out of, I guess, the technical assistant, or giving away free stuff, because I don't necessarily give away free stuff, but that is what I would suggest.
Thank you.
I'm Jill. Distinctive Framing is my company. I forgot to say that last time. But one of the things I think I would ask you to ask yourself is, are you selling a product or are you selling yourself? Because when you're in consulting, you actually are the product. So what you really need to do is figure out not how to get people to sign on the bottom line for a product, but how to get them to buy into you. So that's something that you might want to focus on a little bit, not necessarily, how you're going to do something, but the concept of you and how you can improve their lives and their business and take them out working, the concept that people talk about working in your business versus working on your business. You have to figure out which one of those things you can do to take something off the plate of the person you want to sign on the bottom line and sell them yourself as a way to take something off their plate and to move their business forward.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Shani. People know me as the cookie lady. But what I would do if I was in your situation is I would, if you're playing for a long-term game, what I would do is really get clear on what the problem is that you're trying to solve. What is it? Because people only buy things when they're paying, right? And then go, yes, this sort of is a numbers game, but go and get like 10 really strong, reputable businesses. Look, I can come in and I can change your business in 90 days or whatever time frame that is. And all I ask is just a really badass testimonials. Use you start to address this problem. You start to write those copy down, and then you leverage AI to really use your website. Because now when they come to your website, you are like in their mind and saying, hey, how come she sounds like me? How come she's like hitting those points that I'm in pain? Then they're willing to reach out to you because they will say, she's saying exactly what I'm saying. Or she can fix that problem. Because now they feel that connection. Now you have the testimonials to back it up. Okay. So that's going to be my approach. So that way you have, then you start paying people. You can, my rule of thumb is always have the first 3, have the budget, and then the next 3 just raise up a couple $1,000s. And then as you start to go, and they start to see the value. Because people will pay for the number if they see the value.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Phoenicia. We're Business Solutions, and we're a virtual administrative company. So what I wanted to say is networking. In-person networking has been my savior. I'm in administration, so a lot of times nobody ever sees you, and it's hard to kind of express or show your work. And so showing people what I love to do in person and networking, like your personality, that will shine through. And you have a wonderful outfit and presentation, as well as up there too. So I figure once people see you, they'll want to know what you do, and just your personality should be able to shine through in person.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Good morning again, Cherice.
Good morning.
My name is Felice, and 1 Million Cups Community. I'm the founder and CEO of Cherice and Dessaray Financial Services, and I am a recipient of the free lunch program. So I'm going to talk about what I know, right? Because I've experienced your services and the feedback that you give, the consulting that you give, and it is absolutely phenomenal. One of the things that I love about the services that Cherice provides is that she follows up with documentation, right? She'll give you a summary of the things that she's referred to you, and then that speaks to a lot of learners that learn through different modalities, right? Some learn through hearing, some learn through seeing. I'm the type of person that I need to see it in writing. But one of the things that I would recommend is that, it's kind of coupled with some of the advice that I already came forth, is making sure that you follow up, make sure you ask for those testimonials, follow up to see how they're doing, if they implemented the things that you shared with them, and then that's another opportunity for you to sell them again, to get them into your program. So follow up with that email, and then ask them if they need any additional support. And then just continue to check in with them, whether it's every 6 months or once a year, to just stay in front of them. And maybe add in a monthly newsletter, just to stay top of mind for the people that you built into your pipeline.
Okay. Thank you, Lee.
Love that advice. First of all, there's no such thing as a free lunch. So all those kids getting free lunch, they got to pay something. So whether it's a testimonial, whether it's a referral, they need to give something back. Second thing is, when you qualify your clients, always ask those questions that lead to long-term engagements. Let them know that this is not a one-shot deal. You're looking for long-term engagements. Somebody mentioned budgeting. Somebody mentioned really understanding, making sure they understand your value before you even start the process. They can't afford you, that's their problem, not yours. The faster you get to know, in some instances, maybe this is not the client for me because they're not looking for a long-term engagement. Thank you very much, have a nice day. I know some other people that can do this quick if you want to cheap and quick. But yeah, focus on long-term engagements. There's no such thing as a free lunch. If you get something out of those who, just want to do the free lunch thing, there's got to be some cost. And like I've heard, continue to follow up, continue to add value beyond that initial engagement.
Hi, I think I'm your sister in this business a little bit. My name is Connie Thompson, and I do strategic planning work and program management.
You were in
So I really just have a quick response. ROI, if you could try to quantify the results that you've driven for companies, whether it's hours saved or, actually bottom line results or something like that, I would prefer to see that on the website. Okay. That's what it's all about.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Lindsay
revenue engine. So this is something I think is relatively new. I created a framework, it's called Streamline and Scale. And it's about identifying the context of everything that you're doing and organizing it so that there is a path, that customer journey that people talk about, and then automating that so you can get out of the mix and then run the numbers like Mr. Merlin said. So I'm gonna give you my card, and if you're open to taking a look at it, I actually have an event tomorrow that is where I go through the framework. It's online, so if you want to join, that would be great. And otherwise, we can I have a third event on meeting talk about things for you. So, it's my pleasure.
Really?
All right.
So how was it? Did you hear anything you think you can implement immediately?
I like the idea about the follow-ups. So I'm pretty good with follow-ups. I meet people, I follow up same week, so that I'm good with. The issue is not my follow-up, it's people responding to the follow-ups. That's the issue. I have a sales pipeline, so I have that. But the numbers, and just be mindful of that, and let that be my base of encouragement, that I just gotta keep at it and have a larger reach to get those people in for the contracts.
All right, cool. Thank you. Okay, so next on the agenda. So now is the time that we want to talk about some upcoming events. But first I want to say hello to our YouTube community. Hello to the folks that are online. And if they have, I don't know if they had any questions or comments or anything, suggestions.
We did have a fair amount of suggestions, but I think we'll save them and send them over afterwards, just because we didn't have as much time to jump up and.
Okay, well, thank you. Thank you for joining online, and please come back again next week and every week. Thank you. We love you. So a couple of events that are coming up, please bring your phones out, and this is the time for you to snap all these QR codes so that you can keep up with all of the things that are going on within this community. August 21st, September 3rd, September 24th, October 30th, do you want me to read all of them? Thrive Live, this is the Open Thrive workshop schedule. So if you're interested, get the QR code. These are all helpful workshops to help you with your businesses. Yes. Level Up. I never see the dates. Okay, this is September 11th. This is here at Incubizo. It's a dinner by Chai Fan. Level Up is how to elevate your business with strategic positioning and enhanced brand recognition. This is one of the in the series of the cafe, which is community activities, food, and education. The QR code is there. Tickets are available now. So if you're interested, please scan the QR code and join at Incubizo. Here, September 11th. And then also, myself, my incubator, my cohort 2 starts September 8th. We're gonna have our launch kickoff here. Gil Perry Mason's gonna be our keynote speaker. It's a celebration. We do a champagne toast and introduce all of the new students in the cohort to the community. So it's a free event. Please scan the QR code, register, and join. We have food and champagne, and we're gonna have a good time. Oops.
Yeah. All right.
All right. Oh, and so LinkedIn. So Madison Heights Hazel Park has some workshops coming up, and this one is with David Benjamin. He's the special guest trainer. He has put together this workshop. Am I correct? So this workshop is coming up. It's going to be here at Incubizo September 18th. This is going to be a LinkedIn workshop. Awesome, David. Okay, so if you're interested, that is the QR code. David is fancy. His QR codes are always a picture. Scan this picture right here. This is how you can register to join and learn more about how to use LinkedIn to get your revenue source up. Okay, and then myself, I've been doing a social media workshop for Madison Heights Hazel Park Chamber. We're going to talk about how to take social media to the next level using TikTok, how to monetize TikTok. There's several different ways to monetize TikTok outside of what you what you may think. So please come out and join. It's free, register, and I'm gonna do a 1-hour workshop on how to take TikTok to the next level and increase those monies that you're making. September 24th. Sorry. Oh, and now we're going to do our photos. So you can view all the photos. If you've been here over and over and over, you know we take photos every week. If you want to view the photos, scan this QR code and you can go see yourself in the past and all the different photos that have been taken through Kalani Photo. If you want to see those photos, use them, download them. If you presented and you didn't get your photo, you can go and find your photo here. So this is the QR code to find the photos from the past.